Yo. That ending, man. The episode in general was sad. Like, I don't know how anime onlys feel. Like, I straight up don't know how anime onlys would feel to this episode, but manga readers probably know what I'm talking about. This episode was so sad on so many different levels. Like, oh my god. Out of all the episodes we have seen from Tokyo Ghoul from season 1 or season 2, I feel like this is the saddest episode of the series. Because there's a lot you can take from this episode. For one thing in general you want to pull from this episode is, what is this fight really about? So let's look at this fight, okay? CCG is up against Anteku, and they're trying to take down Anteku, and they're trying to take down Al. And in the middle of the episode, right towards the end, you have it to where, like, Al has been exterminated. The operation is complete. And when you see all these CCG people saying, like, yay, we did it, you know, they're all cheering and they're happy. And honestly, from their perspective, you can understand why they would be cheering, because they didn't die. But let's look at this even deeper. I mean, at the end of the day, in this fight, what did we really witness? Us as the viewer, what did we witness when we watched the main head people of CCG fighting Al, or, you know, the fake Al, or the old man Al, in this episode? What did we really witness as the watcher? We witnessed a poor old man just defending himself and getting beaten and killed, sliced up, and he was just defending himself. As you saw, he wasn't even really attacking much. Like, he was just defending himself and taking it. The old man was just getting bullied by everybody. I mean, look at it, okay? If you look at this episode and you see how the music was done with the atmosphere, you see everybody, Juzo, Shinohara, everybody just sitting there slicing at Al, and that's all you see. You just see this poor old man defending himself, and he's just getting torn up. And it makes it even more obvious when you see that one scene where he's just, you know, backed in the corner, he's fighting in all directions, fighting by himself. You hear the music going, the sad, slow music as he's fighting to the bitter end. And when you see that, you're like, that's fucked up, because these people, CCG, is cheering, and they're happy because a poor old man just got killed. A poor old man that was probably one of the most innocent old men in the series. Like, he's innocent, as we see. I mean, he's not 100% innocent because he's done some bad things in his past, but, I mean, from what we have seen from his character, he's a very kind old man. He tried to treat humans and ghouls equally. I mean, he formed Anteku to have some form of line, like a line between humans and ghouls to where they can kind of coexist slightly. And to see how this old man that was trying so hard to fit in and do everything he possibly could for both sides, he got killed like this, or, you know, probably got killed, and the way he was brought down is sad. It really is. And you gotta really feel bad, because when he's just sitting there after he's taken all this abuse, getting sliced up, cut up, and all that, you just see him crawling on the ground, like, walking away, and Shinohara puts his hand up, and he's like, Juso, don't do no more, as you can see, like, it's just a gesture, and Shinohara was kind of giving him the last moments of respect, as you can see, because Shinohara and Al have been kind of going against each other for a long time. They have a history, and as we know, Mato, he lost his wife thanks to, you know, the Al. We don't know necessarily which Al made, you know, Mato lose his wife to. We don't know if it's the new Al, probably, you know, the king, the one-eyed Al king at the end of the episode that popped up, or is it, you know, the old man that died in this episode. We don't know which Al killed Mato's wife, but we can, you know, just say right now, the Al that died in this episode, or supposedly died, has a lot of history with Shinohara. And when he saw him probably beaten and abused, he was looking at him as someone that he's been fighting for so long, so many years, has finally fallen. And when you fight someone probably for so long, you probably come to understand him slightly. And when he met this old man and gave him coffee, he got to see this person that he's been battling for years and got to see another side to him. I mean, you got to imagine from different perspectives of how this looks. And so you have to, you know, kind of commend Shinohara for giving, you know, Al one last moment by himself as he crawled on the ground and drug himself, and he put his hand out for his wife. That scene was very, very powerful. I have to say, very, very well executed scene of this episode of Tokyo Ghoul Route A. It was an amazing episode. Just seeing the flashbacks, the way they were synchronized in with this episode. When you see the, like, 360 fight that you have where Al's just fighting by himself, he's just fighting against all CCG, and you see these flashbacks popping up with the Black Hound to, you know, the Devil Ape, and you just see how, you know, he met him and how he changed him, how he changed Yomo and all that. It's really sad when you see that, of how much he has done for everybody just to be treated like he did in this episode. So that's the main moral of this episode. The main moral is like, who truly won this fight? Was this really a fight to begin with? That's something we also gotta wonder about when it comes to this episode. Now, when it comes to the end, however, you honestly see, you know, the child come and appear. We've already seen a slight glimpse of the one true Al a couple episodes back, around like episode 5 or 6 or 4. It was one of those episodes. We saw Al, you know, save Kaneki, open up the hatch door and all that. We saw a slight glimpse of it. And with this episode, we can assume that that's the child and coming to protect Daddy. That's what we can probably assume. So what the hell is going to be happening here? Like, because it's quite obvious. We saw the form. The form looked exactly like Al's form he was, you know, making an appearance as. And then you had it to where this other Al, I'm guessing the legit one, the Owl King, it pretty much was transforming into another form, as you saw. And that right there scared the fuck out of me, because sinister, creepy, and scary. Because that final face, that final smile was like, yo, it was scary as hell, dude. It was so scary when you see just this roar, this, like, freaking land on the ground. I mean, you just see this smiling face of this ghoul, yo. It's just, like, shit's about to go down. It's about to go down. So, yeah, that was this episode of Tokyo Ghoul Route A. A very powerful episode that had a lot of emotions, and I felt like it did a proper job when it did with executing these scenes. Now, I don't know how anime-onlys feel about this episode, because, I mean, there hasn't been a lot of development in some of these characters, and you might not understand the true grasp of some of these characters and why it's so sad. But when it comes to manga readers, most likely you understand what I'm talking about and why this episode was sad. Just getting to see it from this perspective, and some of these scenes animated. So yeah, I'm gonna end this review here. You all have a wonderful day or night wherever you live. Please be safe. Chibi out.